So you decided you want to change the filter, your whole house filter, because you haven't changed it since the day you bought the house, which was probably 20 years ago. So first thing you got to do is order some filters. These are the 10 by 4.5 carbon sediment and carbon filters. So these are I've ordered 3 of them because this way I'm more likely to change them more often when I have some sitting on the shelf. So first thing you want to do is shut the water off. So what we've done here in this old house is we put a bypass from the main house filter because it also goes down to a water softener here. So anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to turn it on, turn that guy on, and then you're going to turn these 2 off. That isolates this guy. Then what you want to do is on top, you actually have a button that releases the pressure in this cylinder, so in this housing. And the other thing that we do, because these things get lost, this is the wrench. See what we did? Do not remove. So we just took a piece of wire and we attached it to the water line so that it wouldn't disappear. The other thing you want to do is you're going to want to put a container or something underneath there in order to take this off, because there is water in here and it's going to get all over the place if you don't put a container in there. I mean, this is real world stuff, man. So yeah, stick a bucket under there, because when you take this off, it is absolutely going to leak on you. Not leak, but there's going to be water all over the place. So maybe have a rag and a bucket or something underneath there. All right, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so we got our container underneath there, just a wash basin. And then what you want to do is you want to get this up underneath in there like that. And there's notches on it. See how there's notches? There's notches in the wrench, notches and ribs on your canister. So what you want to do too is make sure you release that. See, there's a bit of dirt in here. That happens when this house is 150 years old. So just give that a little push. See? Oh, see, a little bit of pressure in there, a little water sprays out. So, but that makes that a whole lot easier to get off now. If you don't release that, this will be a lot harder to get off. So now that that is off, now you should be able to turn that counterclockwise, or clockwise, I mean, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're gonna give that a turn off. Okay, see, there we go. That turns off easy. So now you can take that off and you can just turn that by hand. And there's pretty sure there's gonna be some water splash around here because that's real life. So you'll see it as it just about ready to come off. I probably should use 2 hands for this, but I'm the one-handed maintenance guy here. So see how there's water dripping out? So just let that drip into your bucket. You know you can only have as much water as what's inside that. So make sure that this container is bigger than this canister. So see how that's stopped dripping now? A little bit more, a little bit more. She's gonna drop off any second there. There we go, and down. See how that's still full of water? And of course I got water all over me. But now that we got that off, you're good to go. So now we're gonna pull that down and I'll show you why you should change those. Well, holy smokes, look at that mess. That is the filter. That's been in there probably for about 6 months to a year, too long. So anyways, yeah, you got to change these more often. Actually, it has been about 6 to 8 months since this has been changed. I'll show you. So that is the one that's been in there for a while. That is the new one. So you see the difference in color? Well, yeah, that white one's the brand new one. The old one used to look like that, nice and white. So that's why. So look inside the canister. So we drink that. That's municipal water. So you think you don't need a whole house filter? Yeah, you do. At least in my opinion. I ain't no water expert, but I can tell you, would you drink that? Not a chance. So anyways, we're gonna take that, we're gonna clean it out. Make sure you don't lose this O-ring, because that's extremely important. So what I do is I like to set that aside so that I don't lose it. I'm gonna put it up here put it up on the box so I don't lose it. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna dump it and I'm gonna give that a good scrubbing. I'm gonna clean it with some light dish soap, and I'm gonna scrub it with a brush and get rid of all that sediment. That Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's what comes in your water, folks. Anyways, let's get her cleaned up and we'll come back at it. Okay, there we go. We gave it a good cleaning the best we can. It is plastic, so some of the sediment does get into the plastic, but my goodness, at least now it doesn't look like you're drinking from the sandbox. So now next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the plastic off the filter, because if you don't, it just won't work. So I have seen and heard people that do it. No, I haven't done it. I always make sure I take it off. I don't speak from experience, but I speak from other people's experience. So it's very easy just to pull that off, and you're going to want to just place it down in there. And see, there's a little seat in there. You want to make sure that it sits down in there. Okay, now that you got the plastic all off it, you're just going to slide it down in there, and you're just going to snug it up into that seat there. Did you see that? So the seat there, a little seat that sits in. So you want to just make sure that that is centered and put down in there. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put it back on. You're going to take it back up, snug it up there, and start turning. It's pretty simple. Okay, now that you've got your cylinder back on and this is set in place, what you're going to do is release the pressure up there, because what you're going to do is now you're going to turn this valve on and this valve on, so you're in line, and you're going to turn your bypass off. Once this is filled up, give this a little push, release the air out of this tank. So there you go. Wasn't that super simple? I mean, you haven't changed that since you probably bought the house 25 years ago, but it's very important. You saw that mess that was in that original cartridge, and that one actually that one had been changed 6 to 8 months ago. So it just goes to show you that what comes in from municipal water isn't always the greatest. The other thing is too, is all that sediment that gets trapped in here isn't going down into your water heater, because you do not want that going in your water heater. Plus it's also easier on your water softener. So anyways, there you go. Make sure you do it. It's super simple. I recommend ordering, a few extra at the same time, because if they're sitting on the shelf, you're a whole lot more likely to change them than if you have to order them, because you keep forgetting. Maybe even set a reminder on your phone or put it on your calendar, change it every 6 months. And if you have a lot of sediment in your water, it might be good to change it every 4 months. So they're not that expensive, in consideration for you drinking that, because that's what you drink. So, and that's coming in from the town. So anyways, really important, change your whole house water filter. And I also have an RO on this as well, which takes out more sediment, because you'll see, watch the video that I did on changing your filters on your RO, because it's very important as well, because this is the stuff you drink. So anyways, keep her clean, super simple. Until next time, have fun.